Hi students, welcome back. Today we are going to learn the second module of the lesson Blue Light. At the end of the class, you will be able to read and comprehend the paragraph, enrich your vocabulary, infer the build-up in suspense, write an informal letter. The story The Blue Light is written by Vaikom Muhammad Bashir. The speaker in the story is a writer who has rented old house on the outskirts of a small town in Kerala. The house has no electricity and is not well looked after, but the speaker finds it a perfect place to write his next novel. After he moves in, the local warn him that the house is haunted by a ghost named Bhargavi. The speaker does not take the warning very seriously. 2.5 months pass and he begins to forget about Bhargavi. Then one day something happens. The summary of the last class part is like this. In the beginning of the lesson, we can see that the narrator is writing the story, and it was around 10 o'clock. He was writing a very emotional piece. He don't want to stop it. Then he realized that the light from the lantern is becoming dimmer and dimmer. He checked the kerosene lamp and he found out that there is no kerosene in it. So, but he don't want to stop writing. He diverted all his attention on writing the story, but the light got dimmer and dimmer until finally it went off altogether. So he needed some kerosene. Then he remembered that he could get some kerosene from his friend who are working in the bank, and they are living in one portion of the building. So he decided to borrow some kerosene from their stove. He picked up a torch and an empty kerosene bottle and went to their lodge. We can see that his friends was playing some card, and when he reached there and he asked about the kerosene, his friends make joke about Bhargavi, but the narrator didn't laugh on that. He laughed on that, but he was not ready to give a reply for that. While he decided to return from there, it started to rain. We stopped there in the last class. Now let's see what's happening. Dear students, before moving to the new section, let me ask a few questions from the previous part. You are ready? Where did the narrator live? Where did the narrator's friends live? What kind of night it was? Next question. One of his friends joked about Bhargavi. What does this tells about him? Why did the narrator laugh but not say anything in reply? My dear students, I hope you can all find answer for this question. If you can't, don't feel bad. Just read the paragraph once again. Now let's see what happened next. I will need an umbrella too, I said. You think we own an umbrella? Laughed one of them. Stay a while and play cards with us. You can go back when the rain stops. And so I sat down to play cards with them. But I couldn't concentrate. My mind was on the story I was writing. By the time it stopped raining, it was 1 o'clock. I picked up my torch and the bottle of kerosene. My friends got ready to go to bed. Good night and thanks, I said and went down the stair. They switched off the light as I reached the road. There was no one on the road and no light. I walked along the deserted road by the light of my torch. I reached my house, opened the door, and went in. I had no reason to think that anything exceptional had happened downstairs. But I must tell you one thing. My mind was full of a strange sadness for no reason whatsoever. I wanted so I wanted to weep. In this paragraph, we can see that the narrator was in a hurry to get back, but because of the rain, his friends didn't have an umbrella with them, so he had to stay back, and he was forced to play cards with his friends. But he could not concentrate on the game of cards as he wanted to get home and continue with writing. We can see that in the next paragraph, it helps us to build suspense here. It was 1 o'clock and the narrator was living in the dead of night. He had only his torch to show him the way. This all shows that the way back would be dark as well. The road was deserted. Now let's see what happened to him when he reached his home. I went upstairs, still feeling the deep sadness, and then I saw something unusual. I will narrate it as my subconscious has recorded it. When I had locked the door and gone for the kerosene, the lamp had gone out completely because there was no oil in it. The room had been dark, and then it had rained for quite a while. It was more than 3 hours since I had left the house. But now I could see a light inside the room. I could see it through the chinks in the bedroom door. As usual, I took out my key. Then I focused the beam from my torch on the padlock. The lock gleamed like silver. Should I say the lock smiled in the light? I opened the door and went in. Then I saw the whole thing. My entire body jerked at what was happening. I didn't tremble with fear. I just stood there, stunned. I felt a kind of warmth go through me and I started to perspire. While he entered the house, he see something unusual thing was there. When he went out, the entire room was completely in dark because there was no oil left in that lamp. But when he returned back, he was able to see a beam of light through the door. So he took his key and tried to open the lock. At that time, he felt like the lock is smiling on him. Perhaps he wanted to believe that everything in the house seemed to welcome the presence of a supernatural being. At first, he felt emotion enough to want to weep. Then, upon entering the house, he was stunned and felt a certain warmth possess him, making him perspire. The entire room was illuminated with a blue light. The light came from the lamp, from 2 inches of the blue flame. I stood there in amazement. Who had lit the lamp that had no kerosene? Where had the blue light come from? When he entered the room, it was completely light up with a blue color light. He was astonished. He felt amazement because there was no kerosene in it, no oil in it, but still the lamp was going on. So at the end of the lesson, the writer stopped with a question to us. What is the question? Who had light the lamp that had no kerosene? Where had the blue light come from? Dear students, what do you think? Do you have an answer for this question? If you are able to find an answer for this question, let us share it. Let's revisit the story once again with some questions in order to check whether you have comprehended or not. The narrator was in a hurry to get back, yet could not go as planned. What were the reasons? The second question, what was the change in the mood of the narrator when he returned? Third question, what had caused this change? Fourth one, how was the scene inside the house different from what it had been when he had left? Now, let's move on to the activity. Today, we are going to learn what is the format of writing an informal letter. In your textbook, page number 45, a writing section is there. So, let's see what are the format of writing a letter. Writing an informal letter. Informal letter is an unofficial letter which we write to our friends, relatives or parents. Whom do I write informal letter to? To people whom I feel close to. Best friends, grandparents, brothers, sisters and cousins. So, in total, informal letter are the letter which we use to write for our dear ones. Now, you will be having a doubt. How do I write an informal letter? Generally speaking, informal letters are written as we speak. There are a few simple guidelines for that. Just see this. Write your address on the top left side of the page. Leave space and write the date below the address. After writing the address and all, now you will be having a doubt. How do I begin my letter? It's so simple. Just see, begin your letter with a cheerful salutation or greetings. Hello, dear, hi. Then start with an informal introduction in the next line. Remember to leave some space before you do it. Example, thanks for your letter. It came as a surprise. I really enjoyed reading it. How are you? I hope everything is fine. You can begin like this because it's an informal letter. You are writing this letter to your dear ones, and you can write the letter the way as you are speaking. What is the body of a letter? Whatever things should we include in the letter? Let's see. The body of the letter is the most important or main, and it is a large part of the letter. It is made up of one or more paragraphs. In that paragraph, you should include the main idea of the letter should be conveyed through the body. For what is the reason you are writing the letter, everything should be conveyed through the body of the letter. Here, write all that you want to convey. Space your words well and write in a clear, legible way. Show a steady flow of content while you are writing it. Next, after completing the body of the letter, you have to end the letter. So, how do I end my letter? That will be the next question to you. So, this is the simplest way to end an informal letter. If you want to, you can end it in an informal way. Some examples are giving here. See, I must go now. Need to clean up my room. Must rush. Got a few work to done. Guess I would better say bye because, okay. Another way, do stay in touch. Looking forward to see you. Can't wait to hear from you. Signing off in a short, sweet way. Lots of love. Love you. Best wishes. Hugs. Take care. Everything you can add. So, now we learned what is the format of writing a letter. Write your address, then date, then a salutation should be there. After the greeting and all, just write a friendly talk, then the body. After that, end it in an informal way. Now, write a letter to your friend telling him or her about a scary film that you watched during the summer holidays. So, this is a small TMLA for you. Dear students, hope you all understand today's class. Thank you. Nice day. Looking forward to see you again. Thank you. Bye.